Welcome to Tasty Treats 2020 with GourmetQuilter. Out of our 20 things, we're doing 20 trees this time. So we're doing 20 tree appliques, and we've already got a little forest started here. We've already done 3, so we're up to tree 4. So this is a program that's being run through the GourmetQuilter website, so gourmetquilter.com, 20 tasty treats. And so this is the tree applique. So if you've already registered and you're receiving the pattern, you'll have a pattern that looks a bit like this. And this is going to be tree 4. So there's a diagram of the block here. I've already gone ahead and I've traced all my shapes onto paperback fusible web, and I've ironed them to the back of my fabrics, and I've even cut them out. The scissors I'm using for cutting are these Karen K. Buckley Perfect scissors. They have a little serrated edge on one of the blades that you keep underneath, and it just stops things slipping around. So they're really good for cutting out particularly fine detail applique. So I've gone ahead and I've cut my background out for my tree. This is like a little hanging tulip tree of some sort in my imagination. This is how it looks. So I've got everything ready here. First of all, we need to put on piece number 1 because that goes down first. And now you may want to centre it. If you feel that you need to have a little line down the centre, you might want to do a little finger press line on your background. And then you can position this piece on. So we just need to make sure that we're leaving ourselves enough room for seam allowances and things like that. And then next goes on, it's an unusual shaped tree, I have to admit, this one. Kind of appealing though. So then I've got my tree trunk. Again, just make sure that you know that there's going to be a seam allowance taken from the lower edge there. And position my little branches. And then there's sort of tulipy type hanging flowers. I'm not a gardener, so these trees are all in my imagination. I know you can get tulip trees, but they don't really look like this. So I'm pretty happy with the positioning I've got there. I think it's all looking pretty good to me. So I'm just going to iron those in place. Once they're ironed, they're there to stay. So just need to make sure before we iron them in place. And then because I'm free motion stitching, I'm using a stabilizer. I'm using a lightweight cotton batting as my stabilizer. So I place that behind, and I'm just going to iron that it's not fusible, it doesn't stick, it just helps it grip to each other so that it sits really nicely for the free motion stitching. So I'm going to go to the machine now. Normally I try really hard not to keep stopping and starting. This one was beyond me though. I'm going to have to stop and start a couple of times. So I'm going to sort of start somewhere near the green bit, and I'm going to do the trunk and the flowers, and then when I get back to where I started I can come up this little bit of the green, but I don't want to cross over the branch there, so I will have to stop and then start again and finish off. So I'll just get started so that you can see what I'm doing. I really enjoy this sort of free motion work. It's kind of fun. When it's small pieces like this, you can turn your work if you need to so that you're more comfortable. Your stitching is likely to be fairly small because you're thinking a fair bit and concentrating. Just stitch fairly close to the edge of your applique. And then just come straight onto the little flower and come all the way around. And then I'm ready to come back up the trunk again, or the branch I should say. And then I'm just going to continue on and do the other side just the same, so I'll come back and show you when I get to the next part. So I'm just coming up that last bit of the trunk, ready to go onto the green. So that's where I started now, and now I can just come onto this green bit here, but I can only go up as far as that branch because I don't want to stitch right over it. And so I'll just do a couple of stitches on top of each other, and then I can finish off there And then I'll have to start again and go around this top part of the green. Just the other side of the branch. And I'll have to do the same thing when I get around here. So. Just the last little bit now. So that's all the stitching done on that little tulip tree. So I think that's looking pretty cute there. I'm just going to give it a quick press. And now it's going to become part of my forest. This forest is growing. So that was tree number 4 out of our 20 trees. So thank you, 2020 Tasty Treats with GourmetQuilter. Please go and have a look if you're looking for more information. Otherwise, I'll see you again with tree 5.